Hey, remember that creek? Well, I kept following it, and one of the places it went was that pond in the park. And the creek kept going. Here is where it leads. Straight to a river. I have driven past this river a few times, but I've never stopped to look. And look who I brought. Hey. You were in that little creek, sitting at the bottom of the water. So, and now look at you. You're up here with me, looking at a river. Yeah, you're going places. That is a lot of water. Some of it comes from that little creek. Well, maybe all of it comes from creeks far away. Some of it's from rain. Some of it's from, I don't know, the ground. Lakes, maybe. Other ponds. Yeah, and it flows. Always flowing. Yeah, it's raining too. So, if I see lightning, I'm going to stop and go inside the shelter. But until then, I'm going to try and stay here as long as I can. And just watch the river. What do you think of when you see a river like this? I think of, well, I guess I think of time. Because this river was here a very long time. If this river had an age, I wonder how old it would be. And the interesting thing about that, a river it might be 1,000 years old. And to us, that's a long time. But to the river, maybe it's not. Maybe 1,000 years is nothing. Maybe this river is still a baby. I don't know. And who knows, maybe after another 1,000 years, all of this will be water. But I can't predict the future. All I know is right now. I'm right here. Watching this water flow, holding this stone, thinking about things to tell you. Because I have a lot to say. And you want to know what? Sometimes my mind goes blank. And that's not a bad thing. It's good to have an empty mind when you want to relax. When you see a river, you can feel different kinds of feelings or emotions. It could be happy. If you're going to a river to fish or swimming or to take maybe a boat. Yeah, a river could be fun. A river can be scary. Maybe if a rushing river is starting to rise. Or maybe if you are in a boat and you fall off and now you're in the river, it can be scary. Can a river be angry? I don't know. Can it feel sad? know either. Well, a river is not a person, so I think there's a good chance it cannot feel those things. But we can. Want to know something my father used to tell me when I would get angry? When I was a little boy, maybe I would play a video game and I would die in the video game and I might get a little angry. My father would say, "You don't even know what you're angry about." Well, now I'm the dad, and I know exactly what anger is about. And I know why he used to say it. He used to say it to get me to shut up. And he was right. I don't say that, what my father said. You don't even know what you're angry at. But let me tell you, I know a whole lot of times when I could say it. Is that lightning? My father's words. Being a little kid, they meant nothing. Now I'm a grown-up. And I understand every single word. If you're gonna be angry, at least know what you're angry at. And I had to figure out the rest of it. And I did. And I'll tell you so you don't have to figure it out. The rest of it goes, well, now you know what you're angry at. How long you want to be angry? And that's what I learned from my dad, is it's okay to be angry. Well, if I want to, I can choose how angry I want to get at something. And a lot of times I come to realize, you know what? It's stupid. And then I feel the anger kind of go away. So, little trick, I guess. Jeez, it took me my whole life to figure it out. Oh, jeez. I can't exactly remember, but there was a good chance he would also say, if I was sad and crying, he might say, "What are you crying about?" So I imagine it's the same kind of thing. He would ask me that just to get me to stop. And then here I am, decades later, figuring out that we have our feelings for reasons. You just gotta figure them out. It takes time. It might take your whole life. When it comes to feeling happy, yeah, we feel happy when we're young. Yeah, and as we're older, we feel less happy. Maybe a different way to say it is we feel a different kind of happy, because as a kid growing up, never in a million years would I think that climbing up this hill to turn on a camera pointed at a river during a thunderstorm and talking about my feelings would make me happy. Guess what? wanted to do this for a long time. And now I get to. Yeah, I get to. Okay. Yeah. Boy, that's something you don't think about when you're a kid. When you're a grown-up, you get to talk about being sad. It's a lot of fun. I'll tell you what. Alright, well, I'm getting soaked. So I'm gonna go inside. But I want to zoom in on one part of the river that I noticed while I was talking. I just kind of became fixated on this one spot. I want to show you. Let's see if I can zoom in. There it is. Look at that. Wow. The water flows down, and then it looks like halfway. The water actually flows back in the direction where it came. And then the water goes back to flowing in the same direction as the rest. We went from the creek to the pond to the river. Only one place left.